Okay, we're gonna be watching Panserbjorn playing Kiriko on Paraiso. This is Diamond 3 on PC. I climbed from Silver 1 this season to a peak of Diamond 2 without much issue. However, lately I have been unable to win most of my games. I've been watching Awkward's unranked GM videos on both Anna and Kiriko, which emphasize doing damage during downtime. I've been trying to implement that into my own games, and while I'm often getting some eliminations, I feel as if I am neglecting other aspects of my gameplay. Both games, I feel I may have used my abilities when not necessary because I'm primarily focused on doing damage. All games felt winnable, but I'm not sure what more I could contribute. Okay, so I've already done a pre-watch of this video. I think, number one, I would say your aim is actually quite good. For your level, I think your aim is actually above average, and we'll see that you're like hitting headshots pretty consistently. You even get some picks sometimes. So I think those are all pluses and add to your game, and I think you should think, okay, like how do I maintain that? I think the bigger issue here is probably the fact that you're not getting as much value out of the healing and Suzu parts of your kit, and sometimes you're out of position to do them. And they're going to be relatively small improvements, but I think you're going to see situations where your team is going to get punished for the fact that you're doing damage and you're not getting any value, and then things kind of fall apart. I personally do not advocate actually doing that much damage on Kiriko specifically. I think on Anna it's fine, but I think on Kiriko, I think that you can literally just basically heal and Suzu your way to Masters at a minimum. I think the healing and saving capabilities is incredible. I think that there are times where even in my style, right, I would still attack, but I think that I would not go around looking to get kills. Like I will, if an opportunity arises, there's gonna be some here where I'm like, oh yeah, I would totally attack in the situation, but I wouldn't go hunting to try to get picks, if that makes sense. So because I think that hunting to get picks implies that your mechanical skill is better than the opposition, right? So for example, you see Kiriko alone. You're also alone. Both of you see each other at the same time. Do you take this fight or not? Okay? I think Awkward would probably say yes, right? Take this fight because you can get a pick here and that's probably fight winning. My thought process is if I'm mechanically better than the opposing Kiriko, like the only way that this is a 50-50, right? Unless I'm mechanically better. And if I'm mechanically better, I can kind of win in other ways too, right? And if I'm not mechanically better, then I'm never going to get past this point because I'm just going to lose this fight, and it's actually causing me to be more likely to lose the game as a result. So I think the problem with attacking first, as a kind of like the default mindset of always attacking, relies on you being mechanically better than your opposition. And I agree, if you are mechanically better than your opposition, attack. For sure. Pick every one-on-one, every fight that you can, because every fight you take, the expected value is positive. I think that I have pretty good aim. I do not think that once you get into upper diamonds, low masters, I do not think that my aim is significantly better than most of the people I fight. At which point, if I am constantly trying to take a playstyle where I am attacking only, how do I climb? You know what I mean? Like, at that point, I'm basically screwed because I'm 50-50 or maybe even under 50-50, right? Until I drop a little bit and it goes back to 50-50. If I'm mechanically about as good as everyone else, I cannot get any better without improving my aim. And as a relatively old gamer compared to most people in the community at this point, my aim is not going to get appreciably better at this point, okay? I could probably play Overwatch for the next 3 years. My aim's probably only going to get 10% better, which is not going to get me very far, relatively speaking, on aim alone. I would rather be smarter than everybody else. I'd rather have better positioning, better decision making, right? That I think is something that scales very, very well, independent of your mechanical, physical skill. And so this replay is going to be focused less on, hey, look at all these opportunities where you can, ego challenge people and win 1v1s, and more so, how can I get better at the healing and Suzu parts? I hope that makes sense. Like, obviously, Awkward has like amazing aim. Right? Like if I aimed as well as Awkward, then I would go and try to kill everybody all the time because you just dumpster on them. But I've seen so many Kiriko videos recently where everyone's like, "Oh, I just want to do damage, I want to do damage." But I look at their aim and I'm like, "But your aim's not that good." Right? How do you climb in that situation? Right? They're like, okay, well, how do I make your aim better? I'm like, well, making your aim better is an incredibly complicated process. It's so difficult, right? You might as well just say like, oh, I lose basketball games because I can't shoot well. How do you shoot better? I'm like, well, that's a lifelong endeavor to figure out how to shoot a basketball better. So that's basically the same thing here. I'm going to try to give you advice that you can act upon in your next game. If I tell you just aim better, you cannot improve that in your next game or the next 5 games or next 20 games even, right? That's like a much larger commitment. All right, so let's play this out. All pretty regular. Right? If you want to attack right now, fine. Everybody's full health. I think number one problem that's already happening is your distance between you and your Rhine and your team in general is starting to increase. right? That I don't think is good. You see where the Baptiste is playing? This is good. This is good positioning. You're about double the distance that you should be. You'd be much closer because you know your Ryan's going to turn the corner here, right? The Ryan's not going to stand here and hold his shield up. He's going to be aggressive and push into the Sigma. Because the Ryan loses the Sigma match, I think that's another thing I would note is I don't think you understand the tank versus tank matchup well. I think you're kind of playing your own game and being like, okay, I'll heal my tank when I can. But the tank versus tank matchup and understanding who wins and how to win is very, very important as a support. Because that tells you the timing and pace that you need to be ready for. Sorry, 1 second. Disadvantage of doing these live is that, or in one take, is that you run into this problem where you blow your nose and stuff. Things happen. Alright, so going backwards, right? So forward, yeah, right? Doing a Ryan. Again, in the Ryan versus Sigma matchup, Ryan has to step up. At distance, he loses. He must push the Sigma as soon as possible. You must know this. Okay, arguably, I think he actually should have charged right there. You have to know that you need to step up here to be ready to protect your Ryan. Okay, same with the backline. I mean, again, your Baptiste is going to help as much as possible, but like, once you've confirmed, hey, nobody here is in extreme danger, I need to step up. Okay? So right now, your Sojourner is just poking this Baptiste up here. This is not a fight your Sojourner is expected to lose. Right? I would just top up your Sojourner and start walking forwards. This fight right here is what is going to determine winning or losing this point. If your Ryan can walk over the Sigma, this fight is won. If your Ryan can't walk over Sigma, this fight is lost. All this backline stuff, right, at this position where nobody's really visible, nobody's getting a pick here, okay? I think you need to heal a Sojourn and get ready to start supporting your Ryan. Again, like, if the Baptiste starts to challenge, that's a different story. Then come back and help your Sojourn, okay? But heal up your Sojourn and go forwards. See right here where you must walk. You see how your Ryan's on point? He has to, okay? Your Ryan is not overextended right now. He has to do this because you know his shield is going to break. If he waits at distance, his shield will just break and the Sigma will just hold back your entire team. He has to push forward. This is actually, believe it or not, the correct call for your Ryan. Arguably, he should have taken maybe this route over here to clear high ground, right? Or go up here and then clear high ground. But regardless, he has to advance, okay? It is a mistake to be playing this far back. So you're going to land a headshot right there, which is a good headshot. Again, it doesn't matter because you can't get the kill and your Ryan is going to die on point. Right? Because your Ryan's like, where the hell is my healing? You have to step up here with your Ryan. Now you're healing from way too far away. You must step forward. Right? The reason why is to shorten your healing so your healing gets to the Ryan sooner. Your Ryan is extremely low right now. Like, you cannot have this happen. Also, let's watch your Suzu here. Okay, you throw Suzu when Lamp is still up, which is a big mistake. Right? You don't want to overlap them. You want to throw Suzu after Lamp expires. And you're like, okay, well, how was I supposed to know when Lamp is going to expire? Because you kind of show up to this late. That's the problem. Because you peak so late, you don't realize the Lamp still has full health because you're out of position to begin with. You should have stepped up, occasionally healed the Soldier, and gone back and healed the Ryan. This is your positional mistake. You must step up here still. Again, if your Ryan dies, this fight is over. Nothing here matters other than your Ryan living. Unless you are planning on killing all these people over here yourself, right? Or expecting the rest of your team to do so with a Sigma in their face, nothing matters if your Ryan dies. Your Ryan must stay up here. And your Ryan dies. Okay. Again, I think you could have kept the Ryan alive with more healing. If you've been pocketing from the very beginning, I think your Ryan walked over the Sigma and you're fine. Right? High ground would still be an issue, but yeah. I mean, letting your Soldier die is also silly, but it's not that big a stagger in the grand scale. Okay, so you take the damage here, and then you get very nervous. Okay, you think the Sigma's coming up on your left, which is not the case. All right, then you climb up, and then you're slow to react to the fact that your Bastion is taking damage. Right, you don't pre-heal your Bastion right now. As soon as you saw the stickies on your Bastion, okay, you go up. You should immediately start healing the Bastion now. You see he's being shot by 2 heroes on the bottom right. Okay, but you don't react to this at all. Instead, you're attacking. And you see your Bastion's double stickied, and he's going to die. And that's a big stack. That just costs you 15 seconds. Right? You get a pick. Great. Good pick. Like I said, your aim is good. But that Bastion shouldn't have died, and you still have had the opportunity to get that pick. Okay? So instead of being 1 up, you are even because of the deaths. Again, yeah, right? Your Ryan's low. I don't think you take this path. Why? You miss 2 to 3 cycles of healing by going this way instead of this way. Like, what? Why don't you go this way? There's no pressure here. It's not like there's like a soldier or somebody like shooting you right here, or like the Junkrat spamming through the Ryan. Like, just Just follow your Ryan here, right? It's totally fine. Okay, Echo's here. You see this, okay? If I see this, right? You see the Baptiste is super low. You see Lamp is here. Is this your job to deal with? You look at the situation. Does this feel like, oh man, I really gotta help? No, this Baptiste is dead, right? He's got 1 health and he already used Lamp, and my Sojourn and my Baptiste are here. He's dead. What's your job here? Your job is to keep your Rhine up, okay? That's what you need to do, is you need to be looking at your Rhine, right? Look how low your Rhine has gotten in the few seconds where you looked away. All right, we'll roll that back. Right? He gets absolutely blasted here because you turn and you just shoot that Lamp, which didn't matter. Right? The Baptiste amazingly lives somehow. That's honestly more your team's fault than anything else. Right? But then your Rhine goes down, and again, none of this matters if your Rhine is dead. Right? Generally speaking, in Overwatch 2, if your tank dies, the fight is over. Unless you're immediately going to trade back with like a DPS ultimate, if your tank dies, the fight is over. Alright, so you get that Hanzo shot. Definitely be careful now. That's a good window. Or at least a decent window. Put it a little front board. So, you could have swift stepped here out of this to your Rhine, right? Which would have been the best call. Now that you're in the air, right, you need to evaluate who here can die, right? I would heal the Sojourn here and then throw Suzu when we're going to hit the ground. That, I think, is the correct call because the Echo is going to target at least one. All right. Do you land the Suzu? I think you missed the timing a little bit. Actually, yeah, I didn't get it. Let's get. All right, I think attacking the Soldier here is the right call. I don't know what this Echo is doing. Or, this is like pretty silly. All right, at this point, hey, fight's over. Okay, I popped her. Now go back to the point, and I think that's what you do. All right, I think you stayed too long and nearly died. Honestly, you should have died. Okay, so you come back. All right, kind of a rough situation because the Sigma's still alive. You got DPS here. You got to keep the bashing up. Okay. So here, right now, what do? Well, the Sigma's basically full health. You get your Bastion at full health, right? Sigma's grasping. You got your Sojourn challenging the Kiriko, and you get the Hanzo on high ground. What's the right call here? Is it to fight the Hanzo? Right? No, it's not to fight the Hanzo. Who cares about the Hanzo, right? Just go to your Sojourn and help kill or force out the Kiriko. Okay? Because you can safely fight from this angle and force the Hanzo have to peek very wide to try to get this shot. Okay? I think you force out the Kiriko and then work together with the Sojourn to deal with either the Sigma or the Hanzo from there. You try to fight this against the Hanzo, right? And then you get headshot. Like, you have to respect the fact that he is on high ground, which makes it easier for him to headshot you, and he's in this rank for a reason. Okay? You just hanging out on point means he's gonna kill you sooner or later, right? Plus, especially since you jump, right? Like, you can't be doing this. This is sloppy. Because I think that is a winnable fight, right? You actually notice your Bastion killed the Kiriko at the end of that. That is and kills the Hanzo. That is a very winnable fight. Right? That you forced to be much more difficult by the fact that you died, and you did not need to die there. Okay, you come in, and then you Suzu right away. I think you're doing it for the Sojourn, but I don't think you even hit her with it. Yeah, see? You don't throw it far enough forwards. So that's something I noticed. You were going to miss multiple Suzus here where you swift step and then you miss them with the Suzu. Okay, fight's basically over now. Etc. Random spam. Okay, so once again, what does your tank do? And how can you help your tank out? Especially when you play Rhine, which is your greedy tank. You see your Rhine has gone in right now. Okay, he clearly just charged in. And what are you doing? Just healing these people when your Baptiste is here. Your Baptiste cannot help the Rhine right now. I think we can all agree with that, right? Your Baptiste has no ability to get up there. But you do. This injured soldier, not your priority. She's behind cover here. Your Baptiste is here. The card started moving. Not your problem. The Rhine, right, might be crazy, right? This might be a bad move. But the thing is, you really need to play around your Rhine. Again, your Rhine is in the same rank as you for a reason. Your Rhine generally is going to make better calls than not. So you should be helping in the situation and swift stepping to him to heal or damage whatever he's on. Okay? This is a big mistake right here to not go to your Rhine. You're just like totally ignoring your Rhine now. Right? Your Rhine is trying to clear high ground, which is understandable. It's hard as Rhine. If he dies here, right, or if he just stays low ground, you guys get pelted from below. He's trying to preemptively make space by dealing with high ground. You're not giving him any help here. Right? Like this is like you know, high plat, low diamond level play. You're just totally ignoring your tank. And then your Rhine finally comes down, and then you hide behind the building and then climb up for some reason, and then your Rhine dies. The whole time he's savable. You know, like what's the plan here? Right? Again, a bunch of attacking that doesn't matter. Okay, so now your Rhine has got Winston. You guys get spawn camped a little bit. Again, Winston's in. You're playing way too far back, right? Like, why are you this far back every time? Step forwards, right? The fight is this way, not over here. Your Winston's already here. Your Winston's gone in. Start walking towards your Winston, right? Who cares about healing this Bastion at the back who's full health, right? Now your Winston has no cycles because he can't go. All right, critical moment. Fluxed 3 people. What do you do here? Well, let's look at the situation. Your Baptista's full. He probably regen burst after he got lifted, or no, I guess he hasn't regen bursted. So your Baptista's basically full, right? And he's around a corner. Okay. Winston is here, lifted, also above 50%. Both of these are above 50%. Okay. Lamp is in place here, and there is a window here, and there is a low health Echo. So you also have the Bastion in the air. If the Echo tries to step up here, I don't think that's likely. Right? I would look at this situation and be like, there's basically no way this Echo tries to walk forward. The window's already up. The Baptiste could kill her if she steps forward. Also, your Sojourn could kill her. Also, there's a Lamp. There's like no way this Echo is going to do anything productive here. This Echo is basically a non-factor, right? Other than if you want to try to kill her. This Bastion, though, is actually really low. Okay? He is below 50%. Right? At 145. He is below 50%. This Bastion needs healing from you. It's possible that he will come down straight down into the Lamp, in which case he will live. It's also possible that he could float and land on this edge because he's pretty close. No matter what, the only person at risk here is the Bastion. Unless you want to try to get killed in the Echo, the number one play here is to make sure you heal the Bastion. Okay? So I think in this situation, I would probably toss one heal at the Bastion, and then Swift Step and Suzu if the Sigma kept attacking him. Alright? Let's see what you end up doing. You do absolutely nothing. Right? Flux. Alright, you set a bunch of healing at the Baptiste, who is in Lamp and is more than 50%. Right? As you see, that Echo died right away, right? And then Bastion comes down and dies. It's just a bad call, right? Just bad decision making. You want to climb, you have to make better decisions. Like, that's just unacceptable. Because right now, you could be in a 5-on-4 situation, and instead you're in a 4-on-4 situation. Right? Again, you eat that Hanzo shot because you're just not paying attention, right? You see the first shot at you, then you just run straight to the left, which is why he hits you. Okay? Watch. Right? Oh, I think I got you back. Yep. So, right here, Echo's gonna die. Misses the shot, and then you run and jump to the right, and that's why you eat that shot. So, dodging needs work. Right? Don't AD spam the dodge. Don't run in a direction and jump like that's gonna help. Like, this isn't silver anymore. Dodging is not a good way, or jumping is not a good way to dodge anymore. Okay, once again, your Winston dies. Also note that you have not used Kitsune Rush. And how long have you had it? Like a long time. I don't even know how long you've had Kitsune Rush. Like a minute? Yeah, you've had Kitsune Rush for a crazy long period. This is like unacceptable for you to be holding it this long. So, after Lamp goes down, okay, fine. It sucks because your Bastion's down, but at least it's even. Right? Again, your Winston's in. You're like dueling this Hanzo, which is kind of okay. The Hanzo's kind of out of position. Then your Winston dies. Right? And you're like, okay, is what we did with the Hanzo really worth our Winston dying? Probably not. Like, I think you just let the Hanzo go and you come back and you save your Winston. I think this fight is won. But now you've once again traded your tank for a DPS, and this is no good. Granted, should your Winston have gone in right there, recognizing the Hanzo was there? No, absolutely not. But again, tanks make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, including you. Right? So, again, look at this. So, Sojourn goes in, tries to kill Kiriko. I don't agree with this call, but, you know, it is what it is. So, she gets low, you Swift Step, and then watch your Suzu aim. I'm here. You toss it way too far in the front, except not realizing that, like, when you Swift Step, it lifts you a little bit. Okay? You have to aim down. And she eats that shot, and then she dies. Again, another death, totally preventable. Great kill in this Echo. Okay? Frankly, I think greedy. I think you should have died for this. Right? But you get this kill. I think there is no world where you should get this kill and not die. There's 3 people there shooting at you. You were very lucky. Well, I mean, the lamp was up, so I guess you can be greedier. But in general, I think that is, it's a good play, but like, you have to keep people alive first, right? Unless you're planning on getting all the kills yourself. Again, Winston's in, on high ground right now, low. Where's your healing? Not there, right? Winston goes in. This is a huge moment. He's jumped 3 people, okay? Healing plus Suzu means he can kill or disrupt all 3 of them. Instead, you're just hanging out here, throwing healing into into a grasping Sigma, not paying attention to your Winston at all. Like, he's in on the whole team right now. It's hard, right? You kill the Kiriko, great. Again, when was the last time you healed your Winston? Think about it. When was the last time you healed your Winston? Right? Very lucky that Winston plays well here, even with no health, still gets multiple kills, right? Totally messes up the backline with no assistance from you whatsoever. And my take when I tell people who like really want to fight, like attack on supports, is just play Baptiste, right? Play Baptiste or play Zen. Because then you don't have to worry about the stuff at all. Then, like, no one is going to be worrying, like, oh, did you heal? Did you Suzu? Like, if you're playing Zen, nobody expects you to heal. Just throw Harmony on somebody, right? Then attack away to your heart's content. I don't think the optimal play for Kiriko, unless you're truly an aim god, is to attack as often as you are, right? Now, Awkward may disagree with me, and you can get Awkward to review your replay, but this is my take, is I think you could just heal people and win this game. I honestly do, right? I don't think these heals, the kills, mostly your kills are in situations where they don't give you an advantage. They're to counteract the fact that you're at a disadvantage from the fact that you didn't save somebody. Does that make sense? You're not going from neutral to ahead. You're going from behind because you made a mistake not saving somebody to then even, right? If that. Often you're trading your tank for a DPS. Right? Again, this is not a fight that you expect to win. I don't think you're going to win this fight in Masters. I think you're going to get obliterated by the Echo here in Masters. It is just not consistent. Like, Kiriko is not a good duelist. It's not a scenario where, like, Kiriko against any hero at close, medium, or long range, and you think, oh man, I totally feel favored in this matchup. Imagine if that was true. Imagine if Kiriko was, in fact, actually better than most DPS at fighting. Why would people play DPS then, if Kiriko was so good? Virtually every single DPS hero has an advantage against Kiriko, especially if they have all their cooldowns. But even their base toolkit is usually way better, right? Echo, again, easily can kill you in this matchup, right? In this duel that you take right here, right? You are not favored. I want to make that extremely clear. You are not favored in this matchup, right? At higher levels, she's just going to sticky the ground right here and then force you back right away, right? And they're super low, and then you can't do anything. Our Diva's here. You do not want to mess with the Diva, right? You're wasting time right now attacking the Diva, right? This is not constructive. You could have just swift stepped to your monkey right away and seen if anybody was low to kill. And in worst case scenario, you're like, oh, nobody's, you know, like, he's not actually doing much damage, just drop, right? Messing with the Diva is just a waste of time. Monkey's low right now. Again, you're missing an opportunity to get a lot of ult charge by healing your monkey as well. Right? And you notice that you can't attack in a critical moment because you wasted so many kunais earlier on the Diva when she had Matrix up. You're at 0 out of 15 right now. Right? And then you're like, this is a critical moment. 2 body shots to the Baptiste would have killed him. Right? And it took you much, much longer because of this. And now you leave. Why do you leave here? Okay? Diva's on your Winston. You know your Winston just used jump, so he has no escape. Okay? Right? I'm pretty sure your Winston just used jump. No, I guess it just looks like that because of Suzu, okay? But your Winston's not escaped yet. You have 200 health. There's nobody here who can kill you instantly. It's not like a Hanzo or a Widow. Why do you leave? Right? You could have healed this Winston for so much more, so much ult charge. Allowed the Winston to go after the Kiriko, for example. But instead, like, you go back. I don't think you need to go back there, right? Everyone, I think, is, like, surprised and confused here. When Soldier's like, wait, why did we just lose this fight? It was 3-on-2. Like, those advantages, you need to be pressing them. Just the awareness isn't there, right? You're full health. There's no reason for you to leave. All right, so you're healing. Bastion's up. Okay, I think the right call here is to swift step to your Winston and then start healing. And when the Bastion drops, then you throw Suzu. Okay. Instead, you play selfishly. You're like, okay, I need to cover here. But what about your Winston? What's the plan here for your Winston? Right? Bubble's going to break instantly because it's a Bastion. And then what? And then your Winston dies, right? He comes down and gets gunned down. You have Suzu and you have Swift Step right now. Like, what do you expect from your tank? maybe we should take a step, right? Do you expect your tank to constantly be able to make plays with one of his supports basically never healing him? Right? It's like hard for me to imagine sort of like what goes through your mind when you think about how these games progress. It feels like your whole mentality is kind of based around like, I'm gonna get picks and that's how we're gonna win. But when you're not getting picks / your tank is dying, you're just kind of stuck. You know what I mean? If you just enabled your tank more through like pretty straightforward low skill plays, okay, it does not take the upper tier aim to realize, okay, oh shoot, Bastion's right here, I can just swift step to my monkey, which is safe, and then I can go into this room while continuing to heal my monkey, allowing him to both get topped off and create space. The Bastion comes down, I Suzu him, and then I just walk away if the Bastion starts targeting me, right? Instead, you just totally leave your tank out the dry, and then your tank dies. And now the fight's over. As I said, when the tank dies, the fight is over. Unless you plan on killing everybody here, and they have short mods, more than that, you kill everybody there, and probably kill 1 or 2 people after they spawn. Nothing matters if your tank dies. Again, I don't think attacking D.Va in the back is a good use of your time. Okay, 40 damage attack versus your fact that your monkey right now is going to be missing 50, 60 health right now, and he's about to be missing a ton more. By the time your healing reaches him, it would max him out. Right? Again, he's taking a ton of damage. Right? Just keep healing your Winston. That's the key here, right? Again, your Winston dies. The D.Va in your face does not matter. Keep healing the Winston. Okay? This over here is all irrelevant if your Winston dies. I don't think your Winston is playing super well, to be fair. Right? But I do think that he is in fact savable in almost all of these situations. Right? I think that, again, constant streaming and healing, always maintaining light aside of him would be important. And then also the Suzu that you pop, I don't think you need it. Slash you missed it. Right? So again, if you've been healing the whole time, it's not like D.Va's been DM the whole time, right? You should have been able to heal constantly and then shift to the right and keep healing. And then you throw the Suzu, right? But again, you shouldn't have needed to throw the Suzu, and then that means you can't heal him, or can't Suzu later when he really needs it. Okay, again, breaking line of sight, no reason. Just, when she DMs, walk through it. Walk through it and keep healing your Winston. Okay, DM doesn't hurt you. And then Suzu right there would have saved everybody, and then that would have been a huge play. Okay, then probably walk through and just kill him right there. Alright, so, your tank is gone. Zarya. Again, less greedy of a tank than Winston is, who needs a lot more healing. This is a really bizarre fight, okay? Let's think about this. You have 90 health here. You have no Suzu, okay? You've seen the soldier. Do you know the soldier doesn't have Helix? I don't think you do, because I don't feel like you've seen the soldier Helix. Or maybe you eat the Helix here. Okay, you eat the Helix, okay? Suzu, great. 89 health, all right? Against the soldier, who you haven't seen put a heal station down. Okay, you saw Helix, but you haven't seen him put a heal station down. And he's got 80 health, all right? You need to hit 2 body shots here to kill him, right? He needs to hit, it's like 19 damage a shot, right? So that's 5, he needs to hit 5 bullets, right? Let's round, say 5 bullets here to kill you. Not including headshots, right? Which are much easier for a soldier to hit. But let's just say 5 bullets here to kill you. Do you think that you can body shot him twice faster than he can hit you with 5 bullets? Also, he has heal station. Like, if you had to choose between, if you want to be the soldier here or the Kiriko here, which would you rather be? I would pick the soldier here, for sure. If I pick the soldier, I am very confident I'm going to win this fight. I do not think you can get 2 kunais off faster than I can hit you with 5 bullets consistently. Right? Consistently, I don't think you can win that fight. Right? And if you had another moment, because honestly, when you turn the corner, you should put down heal station right away. If you had heal station down, I like 90% win. I think that the soldier is like probably 65-35 favored here. All right? I don't know why you're challenging low percentage situations unless you truly believe you're that much better than the soldier. Both A, you have to hit your shots, and B, the soldier needs to miss his shots. Even if you have perfect tracking here, right? Like you 100% body shot tracking, you cannot miss. The soldier still needs to not kill you before your second kunai reaches him, right? You miss every shot, right? And again, see all this stuff that's going on over here? and you're not able to do anything because you're here trying to challenge a soldier in a bad situation. This attack I agree with, right? You're on high ground, he's trying to run away, that's fine. Sarah goes in, gets some work done. I think going for the echo here makes sense. Okay, now the echo's down, go to your team. Like, swift step to your team right now. Like, don't throw this Suzu. This is a stupid Suzu, okay? No one's at risk of dying. They're all behind a corner, right? The fight is clearly paused for a moment. This is a wasted Suzu right here. Go to your team, right? Why are you still playing back here? Like, what is your goal? Like, just play with your team. You see, Zarya's super low right now. Again, if you'd been with their team the whole time, you could have been healing nonstop, right? And your Baptiste could have healed you so that you wouldn't be so low right now. But instead, you're playing super far back, your tank's trying to push for space, and you're not there. Again, what are you doing healing people in the back with full health? Like, why? Alright, I think this is a good rush, right? They window. I think it's the right call to push this window. I think that Suzu was okay. No, you didn't need that Suzu. You definitely did not need Suzu. Zarya's bubbled there. Zarya goes in, etc., and then you're gonna end up winning this fight. Okay, so on attack, that's attack complete. So let's talk about defense, because on defense you get absolutely steamrolled.
Ready for battle.
All right, so playing on here, you're attacking. Okay, for some reason you waste 4 kunais into spinning Orisa. You get super close to Orisa, you get speared, right? And then you're forced to use Suzu and you get out. Does that feel like a good sequence of actions to you? Does it feel like, man, I made the right choices here? Right, again, all these kunais get absorbed by spin. Then you play close, then you get speared, then you nearly die, right? You could have died. If anybody was with your Orisa, which they really should have been, you die there. Then you force Suzu and you force Swift Step. Why are you taking this fight? Like, why would you let... First of all, why are you attacking while she's spinning? Second, why are you getting close? Like, watch your movement here. Okay? Watch how you drift closer and closer to the Orisa. You see? You get closer and closer and closer until you're basically in melee range, which makes the javelin so easy, and then you get wrecked. This is very sloppy play. Okay? Almost no tank is the right call to be, let me get closer to them as a support. You know what I mean? Like, that is not what you can be doing as Kiriko. If you want to keep climbing, this is crazy. If I'm the Orisa, I'm like, I'm going to kill you. Like, there's just no way, right, that you could win this fight against the Kiriko or even do anything of value. It's actually bonkers that you would try to challenge. And then you come down and you're looking to challenge again, right? Recognizing that people on your team, right, are taking a lot of damage. You could farm a ton of ult charge here just by healing your team. Great, you killed the Ashe. Good, right? Again, good aim, but like that's not necessarily something that's consistent at all. So again, if you want to climb, assuming that you're going to get people picks, fine. Right? It's like playing Widowmaker, right? As Widow, you hit shots, you'll climb. If you miss shots, you'll lose. This is why I hate playing Widow. It's because the positioning game, I mean, I'm not saying there's no positioning game sense to it whatsoever. That's not really what I mean. But like fundamentally, the biggest single factor is can you hit shots as Widow? Okay? If you hit shots, you will win. If you miss shots, you will lose. I think that is a very volatile way to play the game. Right? It requires you to be at absolute tip-top mechanical shape all the time in order to be successful. Same thing applies to Kiriko. Do you want to always be on this razor-thin edge where the only way you can do well is if you're getting tons of picks on Kiriko? I don't think so, because I don't think it scales well, right? Game sense and positioning scales well no matter what, right? You could always keep improving on that. When the other team gets better, your understanding of the game can continue to evolve, all right? But the thing is, when other people get mechanically better than you, unless you can also get mechanically better, that's like your limit, right? That is your ceiling if you don't work on the other stuff, right? I think attacking the Orisa here is okay. I think your aim's actually a little off. It's pretty obvious that Orisa's not going to walk away from the edge, right? She's like kind of faking that she's dodging, but she's not actually. She's pretty much staying in the exact same spot, moving forward, like left and right, just slightly. And you're consistently over-aiming to the left. You need to put them straight down center right now. All right, Bastion gets... Okay, again... Orisa baits you, right? The Orisa very clearly recognizes that you're way too aggressive. You see how she spins through, but she doesn't even hesitate. Okay, watch. She spins through, doesn't even hesitate for a moment, and goes to the right. She's looking this way the whole time, knows you're coming through, right? And immediately gets you with the javelin. Right? You're very lucky that didn't slam you in the Okay? She ends up dying here, but honestly, her team should have saved her. Again, they're playing way too far back, which is their own problem. Right? You get some headshots here, great. But I want to show you opportunity cost. Whenever you're attacking, you're not doing something else. What do you miss here while you're attacking? Look this way, okay? Don't even look at you. Look at what happens in the back line. See the Reaper step up, goes after Bastion, and kills him. Took him, I think, 5 shots to kill him. Is what you did, the 2 headshots, which resulted in no kills, more important than losing your Bastion? I don't think so. I don't think you'll think so either. Okay? This stuff happens all the time because you're attacking. Right? You need to recognize, hey, my backline's getting attacked here. Okay? You could easily have saved Bastion here by going over and healed them. And then Bastion would have won the 1v1 against Reaper easily and forced Fade back. Right? Instead, your Bastion's dead now. Big mistake. Again, I don't know why you would hide behind this thing, right? Don't go to the right, go to the left. Keep your uptime up. It's very silly to go to the right here. Right? Then you throw long range heals as though that is relevant right now. Again, your Arisa's like, what the hell? Why am I not getting healed? Because, again, everyone's dropped the deal with the Reaper. The backline has killed your Bastion. So you're down 1, so it's going to be hard to win this fight now. You should really play back for space. Correct move. Everyone's moving back. Alright, windows up. Again. Right? Recognizing your Arisa's taking a ton of damage. You have to be healing here. So are your heals on target? I think they are. I think you missed some of them. Right? Yeah, you see those 4 that flew out. So again, gotta keep healing. Right? Heal your Bastion, right? Who's on fire. He's like, what the heck? Good kill on the Ashe. Okay? That's probably even this out, so now your team can hold this. Alright, windows up. Again, with window up, you keep peeking. There's like so much green here. Right? The Baptiste kills you in 2 bursts, for the record, with window up. It is crazy to me that with window up, that you keep peeking to the right. Right? When the window is up here, you should play here. Right? I think we could generally agree on that. Right? But instead, watch from the window perspective how you just don't give a damn. Okay? Window goes up. Right? These targets, you're trying to kill the soldier first, who, you're slow to heal. Then, see how you peek back out? You should die here. At higher ranks, you are dead. You're 100% dead. There is no way you should survive in that scenario. You have to respect window. Okay? You have to respect window. Reaper tries to come in. Again, look what happens to the Reaper. Right? He comes through, he goes straight for the Bastion. Okay? Goes straight for the Bastion. Watch. And kills him. And what do you do during this period of time? What is more valuable than keeping your Bastion alive? 1, 2, 3, right? Two wild kunais and then a heal on your Arisa who is not in danger. I'm gonna slow that back just so we see this, okay? Alright. He's right here. Miss. Miss. And then you try to heal your Arisa, who is full health. And it's getting absorbed by spin anyway. You're trying to tell me that was more important than just keeping your Bastion up? Or potentially just targeting the Reaper, right? Also an option, because you saw how low he was. But again, like, people can get healed up really easily. So, not constructive. Okay. Still potentially winnable. You have high ground control with your soldier. Your Arisa's pulling them in, right? There is a possibility that you can win this fight. Also, when did you rush? When did you rush? Oh, you used rush right here. I don't agree with this rush either. I was thinking about that when I watched it before. Why do this? They're currently kind of boxed around the corner, okay? And their window is up, so everyone wants to play tight here anyway. Just wait until they push in more and commit, then use rush, okay? Right now, that's when you can pop rush. But this early, right, with window still up, I think it was a mistake to pop rush. Okay. So, you see your Baptiste organization. Not a lot you could have done about that. Like, you could theoretically have saved him. But without Swift Step here, I think I agree with that Swift Step. Without Swift Step, it's going to be very hard to save the Baptiste here. Because if you had Swift Step, you could Swift Step Suzu and immediately climb up. Right? And I think that would have worked. But without Swift Step, I think there's like no way. Target priorities, right? Kill the Reaper here. Kill the Reaper. Okay, pulls in. Start healing the soldier. Right? And you see how you're not healing because you're just trying to heal your Arisa? Your Arisa's fine. No one's even looking at her. Right? She's got Fortify up. Heal your soldier here. Your soldier dies to like a small amount of poke damage from the Baptiste. This is a big mistake. Right? Again, you could have kept the soldier up. Now, fight's over. wild shots. This is the kind of thing where I'm like, if you want to climb, you can't hit this. This is rough, right? You're coming in from behind him. He's not even trying to actively dodge you. Watch. Miss, right? Over aim. Over aim. Right? Body shot finally. Right? And then you get body shots. But the first two were really key. Right? Miss, you got a melee. You still haven't done anything about the lamp, right? Those are two attacks that should have already gone to the lamp. Your Baptiste is forced to the lamp. You're forced to Suzu, which is weird because you don't actually need to Suzu because your Baptiste has lamp. Also, you miss the Suzu. You finally kill the lamp. You haven't healed your Baptiste at all. So as soon as his lamp goes down, he's in trouble. And then you kill their Baptiste. Like, this is not diamond level play. Okay? That's the problem here, is that it's so much easier. Like, imagine if you just healed your Baptiste through it. Then it's an easy win. Like, how can their Baptiste kill your Baptiste if you're healing your Baptiste? You know what I mean? Requires no skill, requires no aim. Just heal your Baptiste and their Baptiste is dead. Now, granted, would I attack the situation? Absolutely, right? But once I recognize the situation, I would have healed up my Baptiste, killed Lamp, and then make sure the Baptiste died. Like, you're continually forcing yourself to live or die in your aim. Right? It's like the Widowmaker of supports. Okay, great, headshot. Right? Again, this is what I would call an ego challenge, okay? There's just a one-on-one here. Why? Does that fight matter at all? Like, yeah, if you get a pick there, great. Like, that probably wins this fight, buys you 15 seconds. But if she picks you, you lose this fight, okay? Because you're never going to come back. They have short spawn. You have long spawn. They're going to push all the way to here by the time that you're going to be able to respawn and do anything about it. Like, it's not a good expected value here unless you think you're way more likely to kill their Kiriko than she is to kill you. Again, another weird Suzu. Right? Like, I think you do it because the Reaper is on you. Yeah, the Reaper is on you, but you haven't actually taken any damage yet. Right? I think you have the option here to just climb straight up, for example. Also, it's very clear your reaction taking damage is immediately the jump, which is not a good reaction. Right? So, I want to see this. Yeah, I mean, I guess your Orisa's low. No, wait, no, that's their Suzu. Right? Then you throw yours. I mean, I guess this is an okay Suzu. Your Orisa's at half. Right? Reaper's in your face. You need to swift step up now. Right? You're quite slow on that swift step. The Reaper definitely could have killed you and probably should have. Right? Again, like, you're trying to be super aggressive here, like as though it's your job to hunt down this Reaper. You try to challenge the Kiriko. Alright, back to reset. Again, another Kiriko challenge. Alright. So you're gonna make a big mistake right here. It's hard for me to hear, but let's do it from the side view, okay? So you're attacking up here. He's crouching. Right there, you should hear the Reaper. Right? Because that jump. And then you hear this. Okay? So from here, you need to swift step right away or Suzu yourself. You do none of these things. Right? That is just a straight up silly pick. Let's look at how many shots this Reaper took to kill you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 shots where you didn't swift step or Suzu out. You're not gonna climb like that, right? Like, that's actually pretty good because the Reaper can theoretically 2-shot you if he's close enough, right? He can actually 1-shot you in the face, I think. But that's just something to note, is your reaction time there is just not good enough. All right? You need to recognize, okay, I'm under attack all of a sudden. What should I do? And execute that perfectly. Another break. The other thing I would note is the reason why you're put into this position to begin with is because you're a very aggressive positioning. Okay, you're holding this building right here when the rest of your team, including your DPS, are here, and that's why the Reaper is able to sneak up to you so easily. Because again, you're always trying to look for these like really aggressive angles to try to get kills, and then this happens, and now your team has lost the fight. Right now, your team has no chance of winning because you die. It's over. Right? Live or die by your aim. and it's just not good enough. Alright, so let's look at the situation. Card is approaching point. My tank is stepping up here. What does that mean? Well, it means that my tank is probably thinking about contesting here. Because if my tank does not contest, that means we only got one fight for the entire second point. Right? So my tank wants to give us at least one more try. This is the correct move from the tank, assuming the tank thinks that they can make it to the point in time. I don't know if they can, but at least it's close enough that I should be trying. Why did you take this route that puts you so far away from your tank? Okay, because now your tank tries to go in, right, and contests it successfully. Now imagine instead of back here, imagine you were with your tank up here, and then you can immediately pop rush and then play around rush. Instead, you need to walk forwards, right? You need to swift step onto the cart, which puts you in danger. Okay. And then now you can help. But again, that means that you're much more clumped up than you would like. Because, for example, you could have been right here the whole time, right? Swift step and played in cover. But instead, you're on the cart, which puts you in big trouble, which allows you to get pulled in, and then everyone starts. Again, if you've been playing from here, like let's imagine, okay, you come out of spawn, all right? You play, I'm with the Risa, I'm right here, I'm heal, I pop rush, right? Heal, okay? I still need to use Suzu. Nobody needs Suzu here, right? Heal. Keep healing, right? Okay, they're coming right now. Now I Suzu, and then walk out. That's what you should have done. Versus this long range, like super passive gameplay that you have. Well, it's weird because you're both passive and aggressive, right? So you try to kill the Baptiste here, which is like, okay, it's fine. Again, you need to step up more to your tank. You recognize the Baptiste on the right, that's a good call. You try to challenge this Baptiste. For the record, if I'm the Baptiste, right here, I take this fight. Like, excluding the Orisa, I assume the Orisa's going to turn around in a second because she's being shot by the Orisa, but it is a half health, right? Just over half health Kiriko against a full health Baptiste who has regen burst in 3 seconds. I for sure take this fight. I only need to hit 5 bullets on you to kill you. Not even 5, right? What are you at? 114? Yeah, 5 bullets. I need to hit 5 bullets on you to kill you. Okay? You need to hit a headshot and 2 body shots, or 5 body shots. I will 100% take this fight. I think I'm gonna win this fight against someone of equal skill. I would not bet on the Kiriko here. I do not know why you try to take this fight. Right? It's very lucky that the Baptiste left here, because I think their Orisa, recognizing what's happening, should have pushed into your backside. But I guess the Torb was there as well. Right? The moment this Helix was in the air, you should have been healing the Ana, recognizing that this is gonna make impact. Right? Stuff like that, a few seconds is what in higher levels people will die in that. All right. So you should also recognize, hey, my Orisa is super low. Because again, nobody in this game is interested in healing your Orisa. Or you certainly are. Your Orisa's trying to push. She's trying to make space. I don't necessarily agree with this positioning, but it is what it is, right? You need to step up here. Right? And your Orisa's in. She's going in crazy deep. She pops Fortify. She's making space. I mean, this worked out pretty well, right? But again, if you've been following your Orisa the whole time, maybe she doesn't have to play so defensively. Right? Maybe she doesn't have to pop Fortify soon. Maybe she can kill people. And I think if you play tank more, I don't know if you play tank very much, but if you play tank more, you would recognize that the amount of health you have on tank changes the play that you could do. If the Orisa felt like she was being pocketed, she can probably just stay here instead of playing here. Here, she has almost no chance of getting a kill. Here, someone's going to die. You know what I mean? Like, if the Orisa's here, someone's going to die here for sure. And she'd still have Fortify and use that to fight against the Reaper. Alright, again, you're attacking right now instead of healing your Orisa, which gives you no value. More attacks that miss, more attacks that miss, another more attacks that miss. Alright, again, your Orisa is low right now. She's losing the sustain fight because, again, like everyone's pumping healing into her and you're not. You do more attacking here that has no value. You Suzu, right? Do you really need that Suzu? I don't think so. I don't think you need the Suzu. Right? This is your panic Suzu because you're caught out of position because the Baptiste windowed you and you get freaked out that you're gonna eat spam and die. This is, again, you out of positioning, your Suzu is forced, right? Not in a good angle, and again, your Orisa feels like she's getting pushed back. And then, you die to the Reaper for the millionth time. Right? You're out of position, remember your Swift Step and Suzu got forced, Reaper finds you and kills you. Good Swift Step Alice spawn. I think you definitely hit that Baptiste at your level, right? Where you want to go, this Baptiste is basically not moving. You cannot miss either both of those shots. And then you're late on this one. Alright, so for people who don't know, we play the next round, but they have 3 minutes against 1 minute and they end up losing. Alright, so let's review. Number one, your aim is good. It is not great, but your aim is good. Okay? But it's not good enough for you to climb with. That's the big takeaway here. It's not good enough that you can cover up the other mistakes in your gameplay by attacking, is the biggest thing that I would tell you. That's the second point. Third point is heal your tank more. For the love of God, please heal your tank more. In so many situations, heal your tank more. And your tank can do more and make more space, and then you can go and get kills. Heal your tank more. I think number 4, there's a lot of missed Suzus, and generally speaking, missed opportunities to save teammates. Especially when you're attacking and you don't need it. Like, realistically, you actually don't get that many picks in this game. You get a good chunk of headshots, but you don't actually get that many picks. Alright? So, other than those picks you get early, you don't get any picks for the entire rest of the game. And again, live or die by your aim means that you are dying by your aim. And I would say the 5th item is, I mean, obviously there's a bunch of little details like it's going to rush, timing, etc. But I would say the 5th element of the game is what? Lost my train of thought. I think maybe there's a point about just like overall positioning, right? It's like you play really, really far back when you should be forwards, and sometimes you're like kind of stuck in there. You're like, oh, just like losing these close range fights where the Reaper kills you is just embarrassing. Like you cannot have that happen in mid diamond where a Reaper walks up to you and uses like if you 2-shot you, fine, I understand. It's hard to avoid 2-shot. 4 shots, there is no world where you should die in 4 shots. Like you must get away in that situation. Okay, in those like close range like ambush type situations, like the slowness of your response time is just not good enough to get to high diamond, low masters. I think is very important to note, right? You just need to survive like a little bit more. You have your abilities get forced out, and then people hunt you down and kill you. Oh, I remember what the true 5th point is, but let's call it 6th point. You take these 1v1s, which are not good 1v1s. And again, you may not get punished right now, but I guarantee you will get punished for that in the future, right? 110 health Kiriko against full health Baptiste, bad fight. Really, really bad fight. That is not a fight that you expect to win, okay? So just be a lot smarter. I don't think Kiriko's strength is challenging people one-on-one. I think it's headshotting people when they're not explicitly looking for you. When they're not shooting at you, but they're shooting or focused on something else. That's, I think, the better value for Kiriko. All right, hopefully that's helpful.